What an episode. The thing about that episode, Brian.
Oh my God.
The Yes Man.
Oh, Yes Man. Holy cow. You saw all of that, right, Yes Man? I got to tell you, I really thought we had one arm tied behind our back without Justin, but I'm not going to lie. I mean, I thought everything really sung. We had a lot of people watching. We got one of our highest bits. I think we're better than ever. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh,
remember?
Not what I expected you to say. I'll tell you what, man. Do you want to? If we don't have a host?
Aw, Yes Man is so mean to Jury.
Oh.
Well, now I think he's kind of a dickhead.
Well, you know what? For propriety's sake, as fun as tonight has been, I got to admit, I'm just going to keep talking more and more like the ad dragon. The later in the evening we're going to go.
I say.
Well, no, it's like my old grandmammy told me at one time, boy, that voice.
Boy, that voice. Well, let's take a look at Showbot and see what we might call this episode, including band Free Hong.
I think Free
It would be
Hong
H-A-N.
Dash might work. Like, yeah.
All I know is that's the revolution of our ag.
Theosaurus wrecked.
Mixer, Tennessee.
Oh,
The Jury's Out. BB Live Show.
banned by another network beginning with or maybe say containing the letters TWIT. Call Me a Bruise Boy is pretty good.
Call Me a Bruise Boy is pretty good. Don't look at the chat. Cancel Justin.tv. Hey y'all.
Oh no, that gives up our big guest surprise.
The bad boys of bird pornography is very good. Freehan, the bad boy of Twagic. Politics is canceled 3 times. Legally distinct from Justin R. Young. Not featuring.
Well, I want to point out to everybody that's true.
Yes.
What's happening here, officer?
You know what? It's so on the nose that I didn't like it at first, but I think I'm coming around to just band, because that is a specific promise we make about what we're going to talk about in this episode that we deliver immediately on.
I do kind of like 3 hints and you're out, because it took me a very long time to figure out that metaphor.
Well, Bryce, it just sneaks up on you.
I mean, sometimes you think everything's just fine. It's business as usual. And then next thing you know, you get a knock on the door, and it's the policeman.
I mean, one might think that, it's a over-the-air channel. So.
That's right. Oh, man. All right, let's go back up to the top here. Thank you, everybody, for all your titles. Band. It's pretty good. I can go for that.
Yeah,
Ad
I can
Dragon,
go for that.
I know you normally wouldn't get like a voting share, but what do you think about bang?
I think that is a very clear and concise call to action on the title. You're gonna look at that and say, "Well, I need to know what just happened here. This is just too much of a mystery for me."
All right, perfect. Well, I'm gonna go write an email if you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Oh man, I don't even know how much. I got to be honest. I mean, normally we don't have a guest and hang out. It just feels like we're being.
Yeah, well, Brian, now you shouldn't think of me as a guest, y'all. I'm just your old friendly ad dragon. It's almost like you've known me for years.
Well, I don't want to get too comfortable because I'm afraid from a distance somebody might think that well, I mean, you do bear more than a passing resemblance to an acquaintance of mine. I'll give you a hint. He's been in a lot of pornographic movies. His name is Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm afraid they'll think I don't want to get struck with like a copyright violation.
We absolutely could if we wanted to get into a copyright thing.
I mean, I'll just tell you this, Brian. You wouldn't be the first man who told me I went too fast. Okay?
Fuck.
Oh, well, my
Man.
What a day, what a night. All the stars in the sky.
Ad Dragon, did I happen to tell you, maybe you spoke to Justin, I don't know. How close to showtime did he suddenly run into his little speeding ticket?
Well, let's just say that there was I was speaking to Justin right after you spoke to him on the phone, for which when you called him for an unrelated incident that needed to get sorted out, and everything kind of happened very, very quickly, right in that maybe 15-minute window.
Man, I'm so glad that you were available for us to book last second. That would have been a real disaster for this totally independent property from whatever that thing was.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, number one, prove it, fuckers. Number two, you know, it's just a very unfortunate thing for many, many different complicated reasons, and I was glad that I was able to help out, because boy, howdy, is that just a real annoying thing that happens out of nowhere. You got a whole day scheduled, and next thing you know, it's over the air. They don't know whether or not I'm streaming it off my over the air HD antenna. You know, could very simply be that. I don't know why that would be against the law.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but it makes me think of.
I'm talking about the cookie competition that I was in, where next thing you know, they said that I was streaming baking instructions and said it was against the law.
Man, I'm so glad.
Dragon Heine, and I said, well, I'll tell you, I've never been so steamed. I'm like a bag of rice in a old field with a bunch of steamers in it, where they have a factory with steamed rice.
Man, I am so glad that that's what you were talking about, because I was afraid you were talking about something that sounded an awful lot like the court case we were covering both on Frame Rate and on Cord Killers, Ariel versus that went all the way to the Supreme Court, that eventually we even had Chet Kanija, was that his name, on the show, and even though it was an over-the-air broadcast, it didn't go well. Although there is an interesting other case about a retransmission right that is a nonprofit, which, now that I think about it, would be closer to Justin's situation, because he wouldn't be running ads on it. Although maybe that would put.
He would be profiting off it.
Nor would he be charging any kind of entrance fee. But beyond all that, right? Beyond all that, there's one lesson that we can all take from my totally not a metaphor example of the baking competition that I was kicked out of. And that is that nobody listening to my voice should take any action going forward. This is definitely just amongst friends, and nobody needs to do anything that would make any more waves. Some might say, as my grandpappy had on the inside of the family clock, my health care depends on it.
Some might say that.
Some might say. I don't even know where he got that old saying.
Or as my grandpappy used to say, hold. Yeah.
I mean, I've been working. Brian, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a bit of a entertainer at heart. You know.
Well, you did talk about how you in the coal mines used to like getting the news out.
Like to get the news out, but I've been developing a little bit of a routine. Would you like to see some of it?
Yeah, I bet it involves. Let's see it.
I do a little. Well, now, I mean, I've been doing a little improv lately. I've been taking some improv classes, and I've also worked on what they call in the field a little character work.
Okay.
So I have this new character called Frustrated Podcaster. You ready for this character?
Oh yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, I've been working on my TED Twat. It's a character. He runs a dreaming platform. People who want up to the minute dreams just beamed right into their names, into their minds. And he goes, well, hello, it's me, Ted Twat. What do you think? You just broadcast whatever dreams you want?
please let me keep going.
Well, sir, I mean, you're just gonna make whatever dreams you want. It's me, Ted Twat. I invented dream streams. now bend over and accept this dream. What do you say to that?
But thank you, sir. May I have another?
You know what? Now's a good time to conduct a braid. That's where I braid your hair while I continue to stream in your dreams. It's me, Ted Twat. What do you think of that?
Sounds totally reasonable.
I'm gonna hit you in the back of the head once. That's one strike. How did you like that? I struck you.
For God's sakes, don't give me 2 strikes more.
Well, I'm bored now. Bye. It's me, Ted Twat. And he evaporates into bats and flies away.
Well, and then the frustrated podcaster just lays in the fetal position for another 23 and a half hours.
Oh, that Ted Twat.
Oh, that was some good improv.
I like how you created a fictional world and scenario different and distinct from real life.
Goddamn right. Yeah.
Legally different and legally distinct.
And even if it does bear resemblance to something, surely it's parody. I don't know. That's a thing.
Yeah. That's what I'd say when I look in the sky and pray to God.
Hey man, let's do a little thing. The other day I caught my kids juggling knives, and they were doing good juggling 3 knives back and forth, but then they added a 4th knife and a 5th knife, and then I noticed it was past their bedtime, and they were getting really sloppy with their form, and I said, maybe now's not the best time for you kids to be juggling knives, and I sent them to bed.
You know, maybe you looked and they juggled 3 knives and you said, that's extraordinarily impressive. We should stop it while we're ahead.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Jesus Christ, Bryce.
I know. I'm working on it. Oh, my goodness. Hey, everybody.
Good night, guys.
We've had a
We
night.
love you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, bye, y'all.
I don't think there's anybody else you can watch on this website for the next 24 hours. So.
Patreon.com/Night Attack.
Tune in Friday, chicken donut sandwich. All right. Oh. Bye-bye.
Every time we go our separate ways, coming back, yeah.